alive?
They are technically not still alive, but they're still on the map because you closed the torches and your light thing would have ceased to light up during the rest. So you would have to cast the light spell again on the thing and relight those torches that are like halfish burned.
Okay, I always keep this pebble light up, so there is no way it's gone out.
It will, because if you cast a spell during your rest, you will not get the rest. Any action
Okay.
such as casting stuff or anything will interrupt the rest, even
I
if it's
thought it's
cantrip.
only I thought it's only like larger stuff that you do.
Fairly sure it counts for cantrips as well, but I might be wrong. I'm just going to say that you light it as you're about to head down again.
Yeah, yeah. As soon as we end the rest, I just light it up,
Hello.
Yep.
and we should light all the torches as well.
So, going by the same light sources you had the last time, you still have two halfway burned torches you expect to last uh, probably like 40 minutes. And you have like the infinite lightstone Lucian has.
Okay. I light up both torches so that we have more sources of light. And go for Manis and Benjen to lead the way.
Now Manis gets to play his favorite game, trying to navigate through the corridors with
Yay!
the, the walls.
Uh, where should I go?
Let's go
Down.
back down to the dining room or something like that.
Here.
I throw you the torch because you're too fast.
I have a like for posterior sake. Do you want me to like remove tokens if they're defeated monsters, or do you want me to let them stay there?
I don't mind.
I don't mind
Uh,
either.
Let them stay. At least we know where it's been.
Okay, I'll only remove them then if stuff ends up covering them.
okay.
Like, let's say one of the ghouls in down there was covering a secret or something. I would remove all the ghouls from the room if that was the case.
Okay. But that's giving up that there is a secret there.
Yes, or something. But I'm just saying that once you come across the secret, then is when I'm going to remove them. Woof.
Okay, Manis.
Wait.
Since you are the bulky guy, would you like to go ahead and lead the way down?
Yes, I will. Meanwhile, I'm playing with Lancelot.
Good boy.
Since you've made an effort in trying to actually bond with Lancelot, you now have control over Lancelot as well.
Yay! Just foreboding, this is going to come back and bite me in the ass. I don't remember. Did we investigate this route on the left of Benjen on the map where I'm pinging?
No.
This is
No, you went.
Nothing.
this connects here.
Yeah,
We'll go there.
those connect, but I don't remember if
Here.
we were supposed to go down to the right or down to the left.
To be
This
honest,
one we haven't done yet.
if you see the square between Lucian and Vardar,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's literally how far south any of you ever went.
No, actually,
No. We
Manis
went a
stepped
bit
in.
here. Yeah, I managed to walk down
No,
here.
Manis was here. Then he went back in.
Oh yeah, no one actually was in this area. You came up from the
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
we
saw the
discovered it.
corridor. We
Hmm.
saw the corridor. It goes down like here. But let's investigate to the left of your eyes.
To the left of me, so this way.
No, you're facing down. So
No,
Ah,
that's
okay.
Benjen.
okay, your other left.
Yeah, I get what you're saying now. God.
I'm glad someone does because I didn't.
He
I
means
think
this
you're
way.
looking at Benjen and talking to Menace.
No, no, he was talking
Yeah,
about me.
actually. Yeah, but actually, I was looking at Benjamin. Don't forget your torches, guys.
I'm trying, but you need to navigate the maze of walls with a torch as well. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Yuan, we're seeing a couple of black stars on white background. I think we're not supposed to see those.
No, that's actually part of the map.
Ah, okay.
I'm just getting the because I fucked up the entire scroll zoom. So I'm about to tell you what that is. I would, however, advise you to just like stay where you are though. So uh, let's say that was like trapped with a nuclear device. You didn't actually run in and trigger it.
Mm-hmm. I just moved the
Um,
torch token of my token because it's a bitch to handle both.
as you're coming into this particular room, um, the first thing you notice is there's a lot of moldy skeletons that are hanging from pretty rusty shackles that are latched onto the walls. So it seems like there's a number of individuals here that has been chained to the walls themselves. There's a pretty wide alcove in the opposite end of the room that seem to be containing a painted wooden statue that seems to be carved in the likeness of a man. Um, the man is pretty gaunt, pale faced, has like a pretty large black cloak. It's painted black. Um, you can see his left hand is like resting on the head of a wolf that's standing next to him. That would be the smaller star. So there's a statue of a wolf and a statue of a pretty tall, gaunt man. In his right hand, this statue is holding what seems to be an orb of sorts, lined along uh, the walls. You see five scorch marks lining the walls, as if figures have been scorched into the walls themselves. There seems to be exits as well, one further down in the room.
Okay.
You would have been able to spend hit dice to reset your HP. Yes,
But didn't we do that already?
it says man is S21, so I would imagine so.
No, no, no. I didn't. I didn't use any hit dice. I forgot it was a short rest. I thought it was a long rest.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but Lucian said it was a short, so that makes sense.
It was a short. I didn't reset my spells, and I explicitly asked if it's short or long. So
Yeah, no, I just forgot. Sorry.
Nah, it's perfectly fine.
So where just to get my bearings, could you ping where the gaunt told you with the dog is? So I'm guessing the
I think
smaller.
the
Um,
large star is the human statue. The wolf is the smaller statue.
and where are the markings that you mentioned?
They're scattered across the walls on all of the walls.
can we decipher the markings?
They're scorch marks, as if something had just been blasted onto the wall.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be in the shape of human beings.
Okay.
This looks
As
like
some should
this.
take a look for traps all around the.
I'm looking for traps.
This looks like the danger the children were speaking of.
Okay. Azam, you're from where you're standing. You investigate the room. Seems creepy as fuck, uh, but doesn't seem to give you any indications of traps or something that's weird. And other than the fact that there's literally chained skeletons um, to the walls and all that. Manis, what are you investigating?
The statue. Statues.
How would you want to investigate the statues?
Touch them.
Up close and personal, touchy touchy. Check if there's any kind of markers or something written on them. Check out the orb the person is the human statue is holding.
Okay. Um, you lean in to touch the statue. I would have all of you to roll initiative.
Oh, the
Manis,
wolves.
that's how we die.
Select your token, guys.
Oh, great! My initiative rolls are on point as usual. Are you guys still online?
Yes.
Cool. I couldn't hear anyone. So
Oh, we were asking.
I'm just busy doing a shit ton of stuff, sorry. I have to
He's
roll.
busy spawning 12 skeletons in the room.
Also, I want for propriety's sake, if Radar ends up dying in this session, I want to state it out loud that Jeffa never told me what to do in given situations. So I'm just gonna play Radar the way I think he'd play Radar. And if he dies, I'm not taking the blame. You can blame Manis.
Oh, I was joking about the skeletons.
From the scorch marks in the wall, you can see out of the burned marks, there seem to be like wispy shadows flying out of the wall and apparating into uh, like smoky forms of shadows that are like hovering around the room. And you are now in combat.
Time to get your crits up.
First
Assam.
off,
Oh,
Assam.
just a quick question. I won't get sneak, right? Because it's not in.
you're actually
Combat
going to
standard
get
yet.
sneak on every single enemy target, my friend, except for the one in the lower side of the room.
Yes.
Okay.
Not going to get the crit as an ambush thing, but you're going to get the sneak attack.
Okay. So I'm gonna move closer to the one near Lucian, so I can attack it with my rapier. I guess I need to be close to it to use it, right?
Yes, it's a 5 feet only type of melee weapon. Roll for damage. You slice through this thing, as in literally, it's just a smoky form. Whenever your sword goes straight through it, it has no substance to it at all. It's just like you're smacking it straight through smoke. Uh, It does give off a reaction. Not a reaction you'd like expect, but it seemed to notice it. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Because I have a rapier, I cannot have use a second to attack with my dagger or something, right?
Rapiers cannot. It's not light, so no.
Okay. And if I use my cunning action to disengage or something, I'll provoke the attack of opportunity, right?
No. Cunning
No?
disengage is literally you can move away without getting attacks of opportunity.
Okay, so I'm using disengage and I'm moving back away from it.
Okay.
How many times can you use disengage? Is it like a cantrip?
And I think that's it for my attack.
How many times can he use disengage? Is it like a cantrip?
It's his bonus action. Since you can only have one bonus action a turn, he can only do it once.
Ah, okay.
That also goes for you, Manis. Action Surge does not give you a bonus action. It just gives you an action. Anything else you wanted to do?
There's nothing else I can do.
Okay.
Nothing else I can.
You can read the ability.
Yes. That's what I reread. On your turn, you can take one additional action on top of your regular action and a possible bonus action. It doesn't give you a second bonus action.
Ah, okay. Okay, I understand what you see.
That's where I was wrong last time. Lucian, it is now your turn.
Okay. Could you describe the things we are seeing?
Imagine the black smoke of a bonfire shaped into the form of roped creatures. Not roped, robed creatures.
Some sort of a ghosty thingy?
Have you ever seen a ghost?
Nah.
So,
Okay, then I want to cast my Radius of Dawn.
go for it.
Does Manis and Benjen, do they count as cover or something?
Manis and Benjen are not cover, no.
Okay. So how do I go about this casting this? It's just I need to just roll the damage, or
Tell you what it does.
well, it does. Why is this? Okay, so yeah, I can roll the damage because it's either full damage or half damage, right?
You just do 2d10 plus your cleric level, which is 2, to any creature around. Like hostile creatures, that is. So you're going to do 12 damage, 6 if.
If Constitution save is 1, right?
Yes. The question is, what is your spell
14.
DC?
14.
Okay, I'll be rolling them clockwise then from the top one that Assam did.
Okay.
He fails. The one near Manis saved. The one other near Manis saved. Third one saves. Benjen saves.
Oh man.
Nice try, though.
That does, however, get rid of the one that didn't save.
Ooh, nice. I'm now free to move because
Yes.
there is no.
Yes.
I will move next to the wall, next to Benjen.
Okay. So, next turn is one of the shadows. Manis looks as it just blinks out of existence.
I blink out of existence?
No, the one of the shadows near you blink out of existence. You get like the feeling that you hear something apparate behind you, and Surreal,
Yes.
Lucian, you notice that the form apparates just near you, and it's going to make an attack again.
Let, let it come.
Okay, does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, roll a 1d4 for me. Okay, first of all, you take 10 necrotic damage.
Ouch.
Also lower your strength score by 1. So,
How do I do that? I just
um,
I did the strength thing.
yes, you have 10 strength. You now have 9 strength.
I have to remember to return that back.
Yes, that is something you need to track, but it's sapped 1 strength point from you.
I yell as this apparition just tears me apart.
Okay. You also don't end up falling under your weight, right? So you can't move.
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay. Just be lucky because if you had rolled a 4, I don't think you could have moved.
Yeah, no.
Benjen, it is now your turn. Which
14
one
to
are you swinging at?
the one below me.
Okay. Roll for damage. You,
Can re-roll the one as well, can't
if you roll the 1, yeah, you can
I? How do I do 1d? Oh yeah, wait there.
just
Just
roll
1d6, isn't it?
1d6.
That's better.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that would be
12.
11, wouldn't it? No, it would be 12, yeah. Same thing that Assam experienced. You slice through it, and
13.
there's
6
nothing
plus 7 is 13.
minus the one he re-rolled.
Oh, okay.
The one doesn't pick. One becomes 6, so 6 plus 3 plus 3.
Yes.
Um, it just goes straight through, and you feel yourself clanging your sword into the wall at a high speed, higher than you would expect from hitting something. Um, as you use your greatsword to cleave through, you see the smoky apparition just like be bisected into, and then reform itself. It seems to be hanging on.
Okay, and as a bonus action, I'm going to have another hit because of the Great Weapon Master.
You only do that when you kill something.
It says here when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon or reduce a creature's 0 points for each linked hit.
Yes, and you did not crit.
I did on the reroll.
No, you rolled max damage. The crit is the 20 on the attack.
Right, okay, cool, okay. Okay, I will end my go there then.
Okay. Um, then other shadow near Manus is just going to fly through Manus and then make a swing at Benji. 8 to hit.
No, luckily.
Shit. Radar. Ah, shit.
He can move past the dog, right? And
Yeah, but he can't shoot in the square the dog is, and if he has to move to a available square, he has to stand next to one of the ghost things.
well, they
It's
can.
not actually a ghost, but like if he has to move back, he gets an attack of opportunity. That's not really a good idea.
They seem to be teleporting anyway.
Yeah, but like, it seems to me that I'm interpreting Radar as a not the bravest individual in the world.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to see what he has for spells. 60 feet. He's going to cast Ray of Frost at the creature furthest away from everyone in
This one?
the one there. Yes,
But is it done with disadvantage or when it's with
no,
cover?
I didn't actually have cover as I used a ruler. He has free sight on it.
Oh. Oh.
It is why I actually used a ruler to measure. Um, you see this ray of frost just like hit into this thing, but it does not seem to have much of an effect, other than like a little like wince effect. Okay. The wincing shadow now moves up to try to grab a hold onto Menace. Does a 17 hit?
No.
Fuck it. It's going to shift through you and get behind you. The other one that Benjen attacked is going to retaliate towards Ben.
What?
There's this one was hit by Benjen on Benjen's turn. He's going now to attack Benjen in retaliation. It's the creature's turn, so he's just going to attack back.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like a retaliation ability. It's just does a 15 hit?
No.
Ah, crap. Shit.
Just want to check one thing, and I think I know the answer anyway.
Yep.
Do you know the one in the top right that's dead? That's because Sam hit it for how much damage?
29 damage was in total.
He took 6 damage from Assam's rapier, and then he took 12 damage from Lucian's Radiant Dawn.
Why
12
6?
from my rapier, right?
12, yeah.
No. The one up in the upper right corner failed its save. It was the only one that failed.
But Assam hit it for 12, not for 6.
Really? Yeah, but
Yeah.
still, would have the same effect then.
Okay.
I marked it as 6, but that is totally my fault.
Cool, that's all I wanted to know. That's fine.
You're doing the math, how much health they have.
Yeah, I was just wondering if they have different health or if.
I'm
Or
gonna
just,
say
just what happened, yeah.
I'm gonna say something that you would know, Benjamin, and Assam would know. When you struck them with your weapons, it did not seem to have the same effect as you'd expect.
Okay.
I think I was pretty clear by saying that when you both attacked,
Mhm.
saying like it didn't have much of a substance. But these things might not be as vulnerable as you think to certain things.
And certain things would be melee hits.
For instance, yes, they might have resistances.
Physical attacks.
Or other things as well. Menace, now it would be your turn as the final one in the round.
Give me a second. I need to think a bit. Can I attack with the torch instead of the warhammer?
You would have to. Are you holding a torch?
I am holding the one. I put the token next to me just so it doesn't interfere with
Oh yeah, you
movement.
probably don't have your warhammer drawn, do you? You're
Yeah.
just walking with shield and torch. Okay, you would be allowed to do so. Yes.
How does that translate into damage?
I don't know.
1d4.
I'm googling very quickly right now.
Thank you.
Anything that's not a weapon, it's 1d4, I think.
If you make a melee attack with a burning torch, it does 1 damage.
1 damage.
Judging by the item description on Roll20, if you make a melee attack with a burning torch and hit, it deals 1 fire damage. So it's like singeing something instead of like
Okay, I
incinerating
understand.
them.
In order to take my warhammer out, do I lose the action?
No, that's a free action. You have 1 free action per turn. You would possibly have to drop the torch on the ground. It won't snuff out, but you need your hand free to like.
Yeah. I'm gonna drop the torch under the where is it right now? Under the ghost.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack the one next to Lucian. Corner top left of my token with my warhammer.
Okay. I roll for damage. Okay. Would you do it like horizontally or vertically?
Definitely vertically.
Okay. Lucian, as he's like feeling himself a bit like swarmed by this horrible apparition, just sees it being like cleaved in two vertically from the top to bottom by like a massive hammer that just comes straight through. And you can see like this smoky parts just like reattach themselves. And the apparition is just like still there. Manis, you have the same experience as Azam and Benjen did. Like, when you whack something with a hammer, you expect it to stop and have like a heavy bludgeoning impact. It just went straight through, and you like feel your shoulder just like pop a little bit because it doesn't have like that effect you expected.
After the warhammer bounces on the ground with a noticeable spark, since metal and shit.
Hits the stonework, so it has like a yeah, it would probably hit the ground. Gives off at least a little like thud as it crashes into the stonework.
And sparks, since metal hitting stone usually creates sparks.
Some minor sparking, yeah.
I groan loudly from my shoulder pain, not expecting though to basically hit rock, and exclaim to the rest of the party that this is probably not the best way to approach the situation. I opened PTT. Did you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Heard you.
great. I was thinking I talked to myself.
Nope. They're just not allowed to speak on your turn.
And I end my turn.
Okay, Assam.
I try to attack the one next to Lucian.
Okay.
Next to you, basically.
Yeah, next to me, yeah.
just seem to not be able to reach it. You're a bit like concerned of like swinging into Lucian with the extra torque, and you don't manage to like hit it with the tip of your rapier. It just like flutters away. Anything else you would like to do on your turn?
No.
Okay, Lucian.
Sorry, I want to tell Lancelot to move away so Radar can enter.
He doesn't really dare to go very far. He seems to be like covering behind radar that is like kind of like covering a bit himself. Okay, I think that leaves it to Lucian then.
Okay. Um, I'll cast. Hmm. I don't think Total Death will be very good here, so I will cast my other cantrip. Um, I think it was Sacred Flame. It's a DC 13 on the one next in front of me.
The one next to you?
In front of me. The one that
It's
mine is
a,
just hit.
it's a DC. That's a damaging thing, isn't it? So roll that.
But don't you want to see the DC first, or
No, because I
doesn't?
think if you roll it, it always say the DC in the text.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
See?
You're right.
So now I know what type of check it. Okay. Um, as you toss out in desperation this sacred flame in like absolute close proximity, you see it like touch the middle of its body, and with an intensity you have not really ever seen sacred flame do before, just like completely flashing and cover this entire creature and like burn it completely away.
Okay. I shout to the
It's
rest
done.
to use that fire does hurt them.
It is not a fire spell.
Oh, it's actually a radiant. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Okay, I just end my turn here.
Okay. Okay, you just killed the one that was going next, so Benjen.
Whew. The one that was going to kill me, you mean?
Going to kill someone.
I'm just looking at my spell list. Just 2 seconds.
Use something radiant.
That pretty much excludes me from the calculations.
Haven't we got that sword? Who had the sword? What's that? Wasn't that magical? Was it radiant?
By the way, the
Silver.
Radiance of Dawn is also radiant, right?
I know.
Yeah. That was good, I guess.
Yes, it
18.
was a silver short sword.
But they're not vampires.
Werewolves. Silver is for werewolves.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm going to divine smite as well on this one.
Which one?
The one below me.
Okay.
Because it's radiant, isn't it?
Going to deal radiant damage. Yeah, you completely evaporate that one. Yeah. Because I think, yeah, no, he seems like whatever he'd have rolled, he would have done massive damage on the radiant there.
Yeah.
Same thing
It,
goes when you hit with the slash. Um, It starts like splitting apart as you saw it the last time, but when you just like flash up the smite through your sword, it just absolutely explodes in like a burst of radiant light. Mark up a spell slot for that one. And do you want to do something else on your turn?
No, that's it, thanks.
Sure, because you can actually use Great Weapon Master for another attack. To
But
kill
I can't
something.
use. Can I use smite again?
You could have if you have more smite slots.
Oh, okay. I don't. I'll do another hit though. On to the one to the right of me.
Okay. See, this is where Great Weapon Master starts becoming good.
Yeah,
Oh,
6.
okay. This time doesn't really seem to have much of an effect again. Seems to just like go straight through, reappears, winces a bit. Yeah. It is, however, going to annoy it. So, having seen it, having seen you, Benjamin, just like evaporate another uh, creature, it will make a grab swipe at you again. A 17 to hit.
It does, yeah.
Okay. You take 5 necrotic damage. Also roll a 1d4. You lose 3 strength points.
Question: when I killed the one that attacked me, did I gain my strength back?
Nope. Did you lower the strength?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um. Radar is going to. He has like one massive spell, but it will torch several of you in the same process. So sorry for that. Radar is going to feeling that his Ray of Frost didn't do what he expected it to do. He's going to try to fire a crossbow bolt at uh, the one attacking Benjamin.
Uh, he can possibly shoot there, right? This should be cover. At
Uh,
least partial.
you're right. He's still going to hit though, even with the penalty to the attack.
What
Just
was the penalty to the attack when there was cover?
that would have been a quarter cover, so it would have been. I think that's 2 to the DC, the AC.
Ah,
So
okay.
it would have had an extra 2 armor class. But like even with like 3/4 cover, it would have failed. So um, you see the crossbow bolt just like fly straight past your head, Lucian, and straight through this creature and like notch itself into the stone wall on the other side of the room. Winces, the creature flickers a bit, but still seems to be hanging in there. Um, this one creature decides to not mess with Manes, so he's going to uh, go for a swipe at Assam.
Why not Lucian?
might get the sense that they're a bit afraid of you.
Mhm.
Assam, 17 to it.
Yep.
You take 9 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Roll a 1d4.
Ouch.
You lose 4 strength points.
So I modify it where in the above part or the bottom section of the strength. I don't know which one.
The bottom part of the strength. Okay. Manis.
I'm going to hit the one to my left, to the left of my token.
Okay.
10 to hit.
That's not it. Just like it's too busy like crawling into Benjamin and like grabbing and sucking the very life force out of him that you just like
You cut off, by the way.
yeah, it's too busy. It was too busy sucking out the life force of Benjamin that you miss when you go in for the swing.
I'm asking Assam how is he feeling.
Not bad, not bad. Could be better.
Give me 1 second, let me decide on a strategy because I think I can't use. How many times can I? Yeah, God damn it. I end my turn.
Okay. Azam, it would be your turn.
The ones that attack me, the one near me, and Lucian, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna
Also,
attack that one.
You
Yes.
can transfer to here, it's free. I mean,
yes.
without
Also
opportunity attacks.
as a clarification, I marked down the hit points that you forgot to, just so you know why you're at 11 hit points.
So shouldn't I put it in the temporary one?
No,
That's
temporary is
huge.
bonus hit points.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought that those were the ones that I had to put,
It
not.
says hit points maximum and current hit points.
Oh, okay. So temporary, it's the same as current.
It's like
Most
shield.
of cases.
It's
No,
not the
Temporary is like a shield effect that gives you extra hit points beyond your maximum. Only
Oh,
Manus can
okay.
grant that at this state.
yeah. Basically, if I
Okay, I
cast rally on
understand
it,
now.
you add what the extra HP points I give you from rally. You add it to temporary, which is bonus plus current.
Okay, sorry, I completely misunderstood where I need
Yes.
to place them.
Perfectly fine. I'm just telling you so you can
Okay, so now I'm attacking that one.
go ahead. Um, roll for damage. Okay. You swing straight through it. Uh, it gives off a very horrible screech. Um, but it reattaches itself yet again. You feel like your rapier doesn't actually like stab into something, but it goes through it. It has an effect since it reacts to it, but it doesn't seem to have the effect you hope it has.
Okay, so I end my turn.
Okay. Lucian.
I sacred flame the one in front of me that was just hit by a Assam.
Okay. As you do that, you just like try to put it right in the center body of this creature. And as it's like seeing you do this again, You see its body just like split apart, and your spell just goes straight through it without ever touching it. It misses.
Yeah, and my actually no, I cannot move, so I
It
end my
does.
turn.
It doesn't do half damage on a save, right?
I think not. Let me just check quickly.
Okay, because it made a 18 dexterity save.
I don't think it is. Just a... No, it's
Okay,
like
then it had no effect. Were you ending
okay.
your
I
turn?
will end my turn. Yeah, I'll
Okay,
pray.
Benjen.
Don't think I can do too much.
You get pray.
Things like Syrian Smite and all that kind of stuff, they are spell slots, aren't they?
They are spell slots, yes. So whenever you do a spell on your spell list or a smite, as in divine smite, you will always use a spell slot. I haven't tracked them, but yeah, you're out because I think you used one last session as
I did, yeah.
Then the zombies.
11 does not unfortunately hit. This horrible thing that's been like draining and sucking you dry from your very life force makes you too weak to swing the greatsword with the capability you've had for as long as you can remember. And it just doesn't actually manage to connect. The creature, however, is going to look at you and like try to attack you. 13 to it.
No.
No. Okay.
And I now laugh at the creature and mock it and secretly pray that someone else is going to kill it quickly before it gets its next go.
Rather is going to try. Okay. Yep, Rather is going to try to shoot the one next to Assam and Lucian with the crossbow, since that seems to have been working better for him.
He's the crossbow guy.
Shoots a crossbow bolt. It goes through this creature, and with like a horrible wail, it just like starts breaking apart. Seems to have an effect on them. Not very effective, but it has an effect on them. That leaves one left. And Manis, that would be your turn.
Present. I'll set my gaze on the final ghost or specter or apparition. I'm dropping the shield that I hold in my right hand, like at my feet, and with both my hands I attack with the warhammer,
That hits.
top to bottom.
The second your head of the Warhammer connects onto this creature, you feel like it starts sinking in, and there's suddenly some resistance as you're hitting into it, and you feel something solidify, slowing down your swing, and then you just see this thing breaking horribly apart in front of you. This last shadowy apparition starts breaking up in front of your very eyes.
Whew.
I sigh of
Lucian.
relief.
Lucian size for relief, yeah. he was badly hurt in this fight.
I steal my warhammer, pick up my shield and the torch.
Okay.
And get back at checking the statue that triggered the fight.
Um, okay. You were touching the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were investigating it?
Yeah.
Huh. Um, we're going to take a small pause here while I have a private chat with Menace.
Ooh, a private
So,
chat with me.
Menace, if you can join me in the other room.
Hello, Dungeon Master.
Hello. You lean in to touch this orb. This like you because you're doing the investigation check and
Mm-hmm.
all
Yeah.
that. The second you start moving your hand closer, you feel like shadowy whispers. The Dark Lord's eyes are always watching. His gaze burns upon us. He is the ancient. He is the Lamb. Not sure if you heard that.
I did. Actually, I heard and understood everything.
Okay. The second. Does that stop you from touching the orb?
I'm reluctant, but no. Wary
Okay.
though.
The second your gauntleted hand touches the orb, you suddenly feel a. It's like your eyes go black for a second, and everything around you is pitch black. You feel like some eyes are like shining far in the distance, looking at you. Something is just like focusing intently on you. And then, like a voice begins. And so it begins. And that's it.
Uh,
Everything just like goes back to normal. You're touching this like orb that's not really an orb, it's just like a sphere made out of wood painted to look like crystalline. But you felt something watching you, noticing you, and then, and so it begins.
um, I need to have a couple of questions before we go back. First, you need to tell me what I'm allowed to share with the group and what I'm not allowed to share with the group.
There is no possession involved
Okay,
that you know
that I know of.
of. That you know of.
Mm-hmm.
You don't feel anything different other than the fact that you were observed by something. Uh, but yeah, that's more or less it. As for what you, the player, are allowed to share, anything.
Ah, okay.
So, but I just wanted to inform you, so because only you would have experienced it.
Mm-hmm. I understand. I know what you're talking about. Makes sense.
Okay. Do you want us to go back to the other channel?
Before we go back to the other channel, I need to ask you a question. From your introduction and from your presentation, the statue was holding an orb. It was holding an item that looked like a crystalline orb. Did
Yes.
anything happen since sorry, the events that occurred changed the physical aspect of the orb or the item, or does it just one on a closer inspection it actually looks like wood painted?
Yeah, because when you saw that, you were at where Assam is on the map.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think you rolled an 18 or a
Or
19 on
19,
your
yeah.
investigation. So since you were literally standing 5 feet away from it, you would have noticed that what seemed to be a crystal orb was actually just like wood that's been painted in like a crystalline paintish type of color.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're close and actually touching it and feeling the surface, it's not smooth. It's just like the feeling that wood has when it's been polished.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So like, doesn't seem to be anything like special about the orb. It's just like the statue, the wolf statue, the orb itself is more like symbolic,
Mm-hmm.
potentially. But there was a very clear and specific reaction the moment you touched the statue, because that was made these creatures appear. And when you touched the orb, that was what um, made you like blink out. Or like you didn't disappear, but your mind went blank into like darkness, and then eyes looking at you, and then voice.
Mm-hmm. Um. Uh, do tell me about the statue more. Does it have any engravements, any writings on it? Can I recognize the statue figure as from one of the earlier paintings?
You should probably tell me that in the presence of the other people, I guess,
Ah,
because
okay.
I think that's fair to share with everyone else.
Okay, let's go back then.
Okay.
Just for the record, Yuan is an exceptional dungeon master.
Cool.
Indeed, he is.
So,
Okay.
Manis is now going to attack Lucian.
Oh.
I'm kidding. Just had to do something. I'll just shut up for it.
Okay, so I was re-evaluating the statue after touching it and summoning the specters or the wraiths or the ghosts or what were those. I was before going further. I was asking Yuan if the statue has any engravings or writings, if there's a name, or if do we recognize the dog or the wolf, similar or identical to the ones in the hunting room on the ground floor, or if we recognize the statue figure as someone of the house, what's it called, the house,
Just.
yeah, of one of the household, the Drusts in the household.
Wait, Durst.
That's
Trust.
yeah.
To answer, since I never actually answered Manis, I figured everyone could hear the answer to that. The wolf statue that you can all see seems to be a wolf, doesn't seem to be a dog. And Manis, as he would have inspected the statue, would have noticed that the man bears no resemblance at all with anyone he has seen before or on any of the paintings or such within this house. It is a new type of visage to him. There's a person that he has never seen before.
um okay. After looking at the statue some more, running my hand over it and touching the orb, the crystal orb in the statue's hand. For a couple of seconds, I black out. I completely lose consciousness, and I fall limp to the ground. And after a couple of seconds, I regain my composure and prop myself up, looking very worried, and saying that firstly the crystal orb in the statue's hand is actually made of wood, and it's definitely not a crystal, but I had the most weird experience, because for the second in which for the moments in which I blacked out, which I understand that I blacked out since by regaining my consciousness I found myself on the floor. I could hear a voice whispering, "So it begins," and I have this distinct feeling of somebody watching me, like keeping their eyes on me. Not being able to necessarily express its intentions, but definitely having the feeling that we have, or at least I have drawn the attention of something ancient and powerful.
Okay, I go to Manis and help him up. And after hearing his story or his scene, I look worried what this ancient thing could be.
Um,
Um,
Wait, Yuan, sorry.
no. This takes precedence. You're touching Menace.
Yes, I helped him up.
Okay. Could you please join me in the other private channel?
Okay. Yeah, Yuan is really good at this shit. You two guys are still here, or fell asleep?
No, it's late.
Hello.
Okay, so I just helped him up, and I feel worried about what he said.
I
Yuan,
just
did
want.
we?
Sorry, Lucian. Sorry, Lucian. I just wanted to say that after you said that you're worried of what I saw, I need to say that I haven't seen anything. I just my entire um vision specter just went black. I couldn't see anything. I just felt like someone was watching me, and I heard someone saying, "So it begins," but I didn't see anything. Just pitch blackness.
Did they say so? Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
you did.
Okay. I meant what you explained. Yuan, are we still sapped out of our strength?
Yeah, that hasn't changed.
Okay, are
All of
there?
all of you that got sapped from your strength points still feel incredibly weakened at this point. Your physical strength in your muscles have been literally drained out of you.
Are there any remains of these ghostly figures?
There are not. They just evaporated back into shadow and just like whoosh.
Okay. That's unfortunate. Um, can you move them away so that we can see the? There is no remains, right? So technically, how many skeletons were there here? 5. Okay.
More than that, it is 6, I think.
Yeah, there's one under Benjamin as well.
Was it?
Yeah, there is.
Yes. They were not. The scorch marks were not where the skeletons were. Just to clarify that part.
Okay. Can I go and uh, look at one of the scorch marks? I don't know
You
where they're.
you can.
Maybe touch it.
Okay.
What do I need to roll? Like
Are you
investigation, perception thingy.
are you wearing gloves or gauntlets of any sorts?
Yeah, I'm basically in chainmail, so
You feel a wall. You can roll an investigation check to try to like uncover.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a
See
wall.
a wall.
Like you can see uh, like perhaps like a tiny little bit of soot on your gauntlet's fingertips, as if something had like been burned into the wall. But that's it.
Did the ghosts come out of the burn marks or just random occasions?
All of the shadowy apparitions came out of these burn marks. Yes.
Okay. I'll remove my glove and touch it again to get a better feeling.
Okay. Um,
Do
seems
I?
to be no. Since you actually remove it, it just um, stonework tends to have uneven surfaces because carving stone is not necessarily the smoothest thing ever. But you feel like something has chipped away at the surface to make it like extra smooth, as if something had been blasted into this wall to create like a smoother surface. Whatever this soot scorch mark is, also probably shaped the wall a bit. So something was like exploded into the wall and shaped it.
Okay. Anyone else have any ideas how to gain our strength back?
I like to look at the bones, corpses, or whatever those are. Do I need an investigation check or is the same from before?
Do you investigate the bones or do you do like a perception check around the room?
I want to investigate the bones themselves.
Okay. Make an investigation check. Their bones seem to be belonging to humans. I have like 2 legs, 2 arms, a head, rib cages.
No fangs, no tusks.
Seems to be of the various shapes and sizes in terms of bone structure, but bone seems to be attached to each other.
Do I see any marks on the bones like something killed them in a
You
way?
rolled
Or
a natural one. It's amazing that you can see.
oh yeah, you're
You do not, in fact, see any marks of any sorts implying death or anything.
As far as you understand, the bones could be alive.
They could possibly be undead, yes.
they attacked us, right?
No.
From what he knows, he's not sure if they attacked you or not. In fact, he doesn't even see that there's 6 skeletons in the room.
He can barely see the one in front of him.
But yeah, that's what you saw.
I
Yuan,
Go ahead, man.
besides the statue of the man and the wolf, besides the scorching marks on the walls, and besides the skeletons chained to the walls, please tell me, were there any other points of interest in the room from the initial description?
Make a perception check.
I'll guidance him. Just in case.
Oh, come on, I clicked on it.
You just click on it.
Might be lagging a bit. If it does, we'll take the first roll. Make your guidance check. Or you can get the choice here. You can either take the guidance or accept Lucian's help and take the 10 as advantage.
I'll take the 10 as advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Manis, you get a very, very horrible feeling. Up until this point, you have trusted Assam to be a good investigator and someone with a keen eye. However, you notice that he's literally standing right next to a door that he has not noticed. To the north of this square, there is in fact a door. It is covered under a layer of clay, but you can see bits of rotten wood underneath. So there seems to be a secret door here. Well, it's not secret, it's just a bit concealed.
Okay, I need to
So-
say something before we continue. I swear to God, I did not read up on this adventure in any way. Like, this is pure luck.
I also kind of heavily hinted at it with saying, "Are you rolling a perception check or investigating?"
Like, I'm surprised that I actually managed to figure out a secret door. Okay, sorry for interrupting.
We
Go
were
on.
saying
How does passive perception wisdom works? Sorry to barge in.
If it hadn't been concealed, you would have noticed it. But it was actually concealed from passive checks in this case. Because
Okay.
Lucian would have been able to see it otherwise.
And so would have I, because I have a passive in
Uh,
perception of 21.
you
ooh, what the
passive
hell?
perception of 21?
Yeah.
What the? What?
How is that even possible?
Yeah, it is.
It is possible, but he can't have that.
Yeah,
How do
actually,
you have-
that's how it's written in my character sheet, and this is not something I can modify.
No, okay. It's okay. It writes your AC as your passive perception.
Oh,
Your
really?
passive perception is 10. Yeah. So now we know why your AC was shit previously. But yeah, your passive perception is 10.
No, that can't be. That it's way too low.
No. Passive perception is your wisdom modifier plus basic wisdom. So 10 plus 0 for you.
Ah, okay.
Plus proficiency. So actually it would be 12 when I think about it.
So in that
Anyway.
case, mine isn't an 11, right?
I'll read up on that.
It depends whether you have perception as proficiency. I think
Possibly.
for the bonus, the proficiency bonus.
Just seems super fucking weird for me that Verman is to have 21. That cannot be right.
No, I think it's he should be 10.
When he has 10 wisdom, he cannot have that high passive perception. But I'll check that later.
We'll have to check my my armor class again, as well,
Yeah.
because 21 seems a bit too high as well.
You cannot possibly have 21.
Yeah, you can have
But
possible.
yes. Yes.
No, I mean at the moment.
Yeah. Exactly. At the moment, I shouldn't have 21. I should be
Well-
around 19 or 20.
I'll deal with that with Manis later,
Mhm.
John. Let's continue.
Okay. Picking the torch up and inspecting the secret door. And something happened because my entire screen moved. Like, what is this? Okay.
Are you walking up the staircase there?
I'm looking. I didn't want to go so far up, by the way.
Is this going up or down? Actually,
It's going up.
The stairs are going upwards. They end at a landing that has like a 6-foot gap from the floor to the ceiling with what seems to be a wooden trapdoor. You can see, Manis,
Mm-hmm.
as you're walking up, that the trapdoor is bolted shut from your side. So you could unbolt it and push it open if you would like.
I would like.
Okay. So you just like unbolt the trapdoor
Yes.
and you push the wooden planks that were like the compartment away to the side.
To the side. Okay.
Yeah, you can just like push it because it's like you get the sense that it's lying on top of something in the ceiling, so you can just like lift it
okay,
up a
okay.
bit and
Mhm.
push it.
Okay. I raise my torch to inspect the trapdoor.
You actually raise your torch and you can see light shining from above there.
Okay. I keep going up.
Okay. When you peek your head up above,
Mhm.
you can see yourself looking at what seems to be a wolf.
A what?
A wolf.
Is it a live wolf?
You're looking at the ass end of a wolf.
You're in the study, probably.
You could choose to roll a perception check, but with your passive perception, you can see that it's a stuffed wolf.
Ah, thank fuck for that. I'm in the
The
study.
trophy room.
Like in the trophy
You're-
room, right?
Trophy
You're
room,
in
yeah.
you're in the trophy room, yeah.
Just for the sake of it, can you tell me what? Oh, okay. Or actually, no. You need to change the map, right? To show me where it connects to the in the trophy room.
Somewhere here, maybe?
You should see it now. There's a trapdoor on the T.
Ah, okay. I see it.
So you're
Cool.
literally standing at the ass end of that wolf statue.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we
Or
can.
stuffed.
This is the front, so the head.
Yes.
We can go back. Thank you for showing me.
Yeah, I'm just
Hey.
gonna
How is this possible?
dungeon master magic.
And if Jisuri is going to ask about why we have tokens on both of them, because you uncopied them on this map.
No. I was
For
just,
for the sake of clarity, uh, you investigated the room. You didn't find anything when you investigated that room. But
Mhm.
there seems to be a hidden trapdoor there.
We should have investigated harder.
Or it might not have been discoverable in the past. Just saying.
okay, maybe we didn't investigate enough. Maybe we should have more.
So, our broken, battered party, what would you like to do?
Can I also touch the statue and see if I'll get the same visions as, not visions, but the same experience as Manis?
Yes.
Okay, I touched close and personal.
I don't think
Check
the
your sword.
statue is going to like it if you're grabbing on its loins.
Okay, I don't feel anything. It's just a statue. But it's quite nice wooden. Oh, it was wooden, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a wooden orb, yeah.
Wooden statue.
Quite nice wooden orb and statue. Looks cool. Can I do a perception check to if there is anything out of the ordinary that I can spot
Yep.
around the statue?
You think this is a human being.
Looks
And
like human.
it seems to be petting a cat. You're not entirely sure about that.
Such a nice cat, I say, as I walk away.
I go and I pet the wolf and say, "Good doggy." The wolf, not Lancelot.
I know.
The statue.
Yeah.
You imagine that it's quite happy.
Okay.
I keep going through the room, and when I reach the other side, I tell to the guys that look, there's another door here.
Yes, there is.
I'd like to check for traps on it, Manis.
I'd
Don't
like you to
spawn any
check for.
more
I'd like you to check for traps as well.
Okay. You lean in to the door to see what it is. You run your hands over it to like see if there's any like indentations or something that is different. When your hand touches it, you realize is that you can't move your hand.
I cannot move my hand.
Nope.
Well, definitely that sounds like a trap.
Yeah, I'm
You
stuck, guys.
do. You do. However, take 22 to hit.
He definitely
It
takes 22 to
Can
hit.
I use my luck?
Does that work on attacks?
Attack rolls, ability checks, or saving throws?
No, it does not.
Yeah, this is not saving throw.
This is not a saving throw indeed. This is an actual attack.
So not the attack roll, the actual. Okay.
This is them attacking you.
Yes, so I'm asking again. Does a 22 hit you?
Yes.
No, actually it says you can also spend 1 luck point when an attack roll is made against you. Roll a d20 and then choose whether the attack uses the attacker's roll or yours.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Fuck my luck.
So
better use that one.
do we use the 17 or the 22?
Both hit, but 22, I guess it's crit to get to 22.
I'm not gonna tell
You
you
don't
that.
know.
17. I'm using 17.
Okay. Could you give me your largest sound of surprise as the door transforms itself into a gaping maw of teeth that just clamps down on both of your arms and bites down for 10 piercing damage and
Oh
1
shit!
acid damage. So total of 11.
Yes, so I'm down to 0.
The mimic is now in combat with you. So everyone roll initiatives. Manis, you rolled a 0, so you need to add your turn and put the 0 there. Or do another initiative roll and I can
I
modify.
basically I rolled a natural one. That's what happened.
Yeah, but you would need to do another initiative roll and I can modify the token.
Okay.
So it doesn't add you when you roll 0.
No.
So 1, 2. Okay, I need to roll for radar.
We were bound to run into a mimic sooner or later.
Yeah, while investigating the door, I could have guidance him.
So to begin with, yeah, because the guidance would help so much from a living door biting him down.
Actually, you're right.
The round begins with Assam making his most surprised, painful yelp he can have. So for Benjen, Lucian, and Rardar, that is literally what you hear. Manis, you get literally first class seats as you get to see this unfold like 5 feet in front of you. But the door shapeshifts into a very fucked up creature that seems to be changing its shape and then just like hum down onto him.
Sorry.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I did.
Yes.
Okay, we are now in combat. Benjen, you are the first to go.
Man, we're not going to survive the dungeon.
Assam, I would highly recommend you to put your health to 0. Good.
Oh, so he's unconscious.
I don't know how much HP he had, but I
He
think
hit 11.
No, I'm at 0. I said I'm at 0.
Yes,
If I stand there, can I hit the mimic?
you would be able to. Yes.
Or not. Can I re-roll it? Is this a natural one?
Yeah, you can reroll.
No, you can't reroll natural ones. You can reroll the damage ones, but
Okay.
not the attack roll ones. So you make like the most epic swing ever, straight into the wall. It's like no one reacts faster than you. You hear like the ah, and you just like take your sword and like swing instantly right into the wall.
If I were awake, I would have clapped at you.
Will it get a opportunity to attack if I move away? Yes.
Yes, you would theoretically bite this creature.
Okay. Can I do a bonus action to disengage?
That's a full action for anything other than Assam,
Okay.
because he can do it as a bonus action.
Actually,
I guess I'll stay in.
if he moves to the left, is he going to get an opportunity attack?
Yes, because this creature has pseudopods, so he could like swing out a tentacle at him.
Okay, so it's
I'll
not.
just stay here then. That's fine.
The wall does not provide any.
Not for melee attacks. For ranged attacks, it will. But there's a difference between melee and ranged cover. You were staying there?
Yeah.
Okay. As
Is the token on top of Assam or next to him?
just it's literally in the same square. To visualize it, imagine a door that sprang to life and just clumped onto Assam.
Okay.
They're sharing the same square because technically Assam is being grappled by this thing and is stuck inside of it. As it's like which, just saying, could be fucking dangerous. As it's busy trying to eat and devour Assam, it's going to swing at Manes.
Bring it on.
Fuck, I rolled a one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
21 AC?
Yeah.
Oh no, it has
No,
19
it's
AC.
19, yeah.
But doesn't mean the 6 I rolled. Well, rolled a 1. Not going to help with that pseudopod thing.
Radar.
Radar is going to shift. Is going to. It's going to cast. He can't get to Assam, can he?
He can, why not? It's
Because
in the same spot as the door, right?
there's a wall here.
Are you mean to help him get away or something?
To heal him so he doesn't die.
But he can see him. Why not heal him? I mean,
Because most heals are touch spells.
okay. He has a touch heal spell.
So do you.
No.
Oh. Really? Isn't healing touch?
Well, there is a healing touch, but I'm not using it. You have a healing word.
Ah, okay.
It's 60 feet.
Shit. Okay, that's bad.
I ask rather not to, whatever he does, to free up the space there because.
Radar is actually not going to do anything. He's going to shift there and is going to hold his action to shoot a crossbow bolt if Assam shows signs of life or dies on this turn.
Okay.
Assam, make your first death save.
How do I do that?
Roll a death save. Should be in your character sheet. You have one success.
So I need to mark one of those there.
Yes.
And that's all I can do, right?
Yeah, that happens at the end of your turn. Lucian, it would be your turn.
Can you explain to me what Radar did exactly?
You can hold your action to do something and say, I want to wait until this condition is fulfilled, and then I want to do my held action. So he's waiting until Assam stands up or, grows conscious or dies.
Okay, and that's to shoot a crossbow at the door?
Shoot a crossbow at the morphed door that suddenly attacks Assam, yes.
Okay. Why? I would not question why he would like to do that, but
If you move, and from what you can see, the Assam is part of the door right now. He's
okay, we
literally
cannot.
being eaten
Okay.
by this creature.
So
And
he's
you
grappled.
get the sense
Okay.
that Radar is afraid of hitting Assam as he's bleeding to his death.
Can I hit the door or not? I guess not.
If you want to attack the door, then that is something you can do if that's what you want.
Okay, I will do a bonus action healing word on Assam. I will just roll it.
Assam heals for 4 HP.
So I'm back at 4, but I still need to do the death save, or the death saves are...
Your successes
reset them.
goes to 0, is reset, but you're now conscious at 4, lying on the ground, as something's trying to chew you up.
Okay.
Is he still lying or part of the door?
He's and this technically he's being chomped by the door, but when he's let go of the door, he'll be at the prone position, so he's technically prone.
Did he let go of the door?
The door hasn't let go of him. No,
Okay.
the door is trying to kill him.
Now that Assam is alive, does this trigger Radar's action?
It does.
I yell, shoot the damn door.
Okay. Nothing happens to you, Assam.
Okay. My turn has ended, right?
Yes, you spend yours. Next turn is Manus.
Lucian.
No, I
Okay.
haven't done my action yet.
Oh yeah, that's true. You have your action.
So did he hit the door?
Yes, he did.
He hit the door.
And Assam was fine. He didn't.
Yes.
Okay, so I will throw the door.
You already cast your spell.
This is a cantrip.
And he used healing word as a bonus action.
Can you use cantrips with your... Yeah, you can. Okay.
At least you said like that last time. I can
Yeah,
cantrip,
no,
but I cannot cast another spell.
You're right. Is it half when saved?
No, it's full.
Okay, then okay. Manis, would be your turn.
Okay, so
I missed, right? Or
You don't see any noticeable effect.
I gasp, surprised at the mimic jumping down on Assam. I use my free action to drop the torch on the ground next to me and unstead my warhammer, to which I quickly try to hit the door. And I quickly miss the door.
you are too quick.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Rally on Assam.
Roll your superiority die roll and add your charisma modifier.
Wait, I need to read it again. So what do I do? Bolster.
1d6 plus 2 in this case, I think.
Okay, so it's roll. Come on. Roll 1d6 plus 2. Which is 6.
Assam, you get 6 temporary hit points. Not permanent, but temporary.
So it's your current health
Okay.
plus 6.
So temporary is 6, current hit points is
Four.
4, and my
Yes.
actual, the one right now, it's 10.
Yeah.
Till the end of the battle, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Or your next rest.
No, until the end of the battle, because after that the rally fades.
Oh,
Oh.
really?
So what happens if I go to 0 after it fades?
It's a shield. It doesn't count toward the death saves
Yeah.
and things like that.
Shield
You're
is
still-
always expended first.
Yeah.
So if you
okay.
take damage, you take damage from the temporary hit points first, and then you go into your current hit points.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
And if you are at 0, the temporary hit points just shield you from further damage, but not get you conscious.
And then my turn.
No. Door fucks you.
In Russia, door fucks you.
In cursed Barovia, door fucks you. You miss.
That's it.
As a reaction, the door is going to do a little bit of improvised target seeking at Benjamin by taking Assam and hurling it straight at Benjamin.
So I get to go Superman on him?
Yep. Fuck. A 9 doesn't hit you, does it?
It does not. Great
Okay.
fun.
Assam, you take 1d6 bludgeoning damage as you're tossed out there.
Whew.
You take 2 damage.
So this go from the temporary.
Yes.
Yes.
Done.
Then it's going to move.
Shouldn't you roll the damage?
Wait, I need to get an opportunity roll here, and I think Benjamin does as well.
You do the no, because I count it as falling damage, so I let him
Okay.
do it. Because like if it had hit like 6 or something, he'd go unconscious, wouldn't he?
No,
So I don't want to be the one.
no,
No,
he
no,
wouldn't
fair
get.
enough.
He has the shield from you of 6 HP. So even if he would have taken the maximum, it would have only taken the temporary hit points off.
The shield, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's falling damage.
Um.
Where's the door?
It moved. That's why I said me and Benjamin should get an opportunity attack right now.
Yeah. Make your opportunity attacks.
Did it move through the door?
Yeah, the door moved through the door.
Okay. Manus
I've got a crit, so
roll
mine's 11.
the damage. Benjamin will not hit. Okay. I don't know what happened.
He doesn't. I mean, didn't he hit it? Like,
Ah,
no
I did.
reaction.
But it kept on moving away.
So no reaction at all.
You just get one reaction when the target moves away from you.
No, I mean,
I mean,
no
the
reaction from
creature
the
goes
door
like,
itself. Ah, okay.
but like it still moves. It doesn't. It's not held in place by pain.
Now that the combat is over, I lose the temporary hit points, right?
It is not over.
It is not over.
Oh,
Cannot
it's not
see
over,
where
okay.
it went.
I'm not opening any more doors.
It's Rardar's turn.
I'm
Actually, yeah. You have movement, Manus.
We are still in initiative, but Manus is not the one moving.
Oh
The
yeah,
door
that was opportunity attack.
Rardar's going to cast mage armor on himself. That's
Why
the
not?
end of his turn.
Why not heal? Okay, so actually,
He's alive.
he's also a mage.
Yeah, you don't know what kind of healing capabilities he has, but it might not be something that you... Yeah, you'll see later.
yeah. Besides, healing should be saved when people are unconscious.
That ends Rardar's turn. Assam?
Yeah, I like to get my revenge on the door or die trying, so I'm going, if I can, in front of Manus through the door to try to hit me.
You have to be joking, man. But you said it, so
So why not?
As soon
you should do it.
as soon as Assam tries to go through the door to the opening between me and Benjen, I block him off with my shield.
Make a strength check. Assam, you can make a athletics or acrobatic. You don't manage to hold him. As you're coming into this room, you see what seems to be like a pretty freaking dark room, other than the part you're standing in at this line of the wall. Anything else is dark for you, or more or less. You can see a chair, parts of a table. That's it.
I end my turn here.
Lucian?
Okay. Um, this is 10 yards, right?
Where did you begin? But I think yes.
Yeah. I toss the pebble as a free action. I can do that, right? Inside the room.
Sure.
And then I go back behind Pete and behind Benjen and Manis. I'm not that brave. And I
Okay.
end my turn.
Okay.
Yeah, it still shows that Sam's turn, by the way, on my counter.
Manus.
I go into the room. While passing some like I'm going to use the ruler in order to make this a bit more streamlined. So I walk into the room, and while passing a Sam, I turn back and tell Benjamin to take care of the door onto the right of us, and I'll take point in front of the entryway to the left of us.
Okay.
You mean
Yeah.
Okay.
Be warned that Benjamin doesn't know about that door or the one you're at.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. My information is still valid.
Okay. That ends your turn.
Yes, that will end my turn.
Okay.
Is it my go?
Yes, I think it's your turn, Benjamin.
Okay, I'll walk into the room and then figure out which door you meant. And walk out.
Okay. Doing anything else?
Oh, yeah. Let's
Just-
Oh,
Yeah.
also when I reach here, I whistle, like I do a whistling sound that I can't repeat because in real life I can't whistle if my life depends on it. Yeah, and Lancelot is also going to come into the room.
Okay. The table whistles back. I'm kidding, it doesn't. But Lancelot seems to be following in. That would mean Rardar's going to. It's going to cast a spell. He like puts his arm out and then starts waving his right arm on top of his left that's like palmed out, and then clenches his fist together, goes over and hands uh, 5 tiny little berries to Lucian, and then goes over and does the same to Assam. No, he gives 4 to Assam.
What are those berries? Do I know?
Nope. Um, so just counting the movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And then he's going to say out loud, "They are curative of nature. Eat them if you're hurt." And that ends his turn. Azam?
I eat 2 of those berries to see their effect.
You heal 2 hit points total.
And I eat the other 2 as well, and I get to 8 plus a temporary.
8 plus the temporary ones, yes. These are actually curative, so they go to current hit points.
Okay, so 8 current and 4 temporary. And I'm doing an investigation check on its investigation, or what do I to get the feeling of the room to see if it's the mimic is somewhere there without touching it. Yeah, you mimic.
You and your thing changed.
Investigation or passive wisdom?
Yeah, you need to repeat. I was going for the joke there. You're checking what?
I'm checking the room to see if I can find any trace of the mimic, but I don't want to put my hands on items again.
Then it would be perception since you're not investigating.
Okay, so is it passive perception or perception?
Perception. You don't really see anything out of the ordinary. Nothing that seems to be breathing or something like that.
That mimic. Where is he hiding?
I end my turn. Can I hold that back an action until the mimic appears?
You can just decide what you want to do.
To use my rapier against him.
Okay. If it gets in melee range of you, you're going to swipe with the rapier.
Oh, okay. So he needs to get in the short bow. So to use a short
The
bow.
magical crit short bow, you mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You can do that, but you would have to drop the rapier on the ground since you cannot sheath the weapon and draw another one in the same turn.
Okay. I'll drop the rapier on the ground when that happens.
Okay. Illusion.
Okay. I take this torch and follow the group inside, and same as first I ask rather if he has more of his berries because I saw him giving them to Assam. Then
He
I
gave you as well.
no, he didn't.
He
Yes,
gave
he
you
did.
5.
He did. Yeah. Oh, okay. I missed that somehow. So can I eat them?
You can
Is
try.
this a free action or something?
No, it's an action, but you can eat them for 5 HP, 1 HP per berry.
Yes.
Okay, but it's an action.
It is an
I
action.
would like to do another perception check with. I
That
cannot do it with guidance, right?
no.
Because we're in combat.
If you want to eat the berries, then no. Looking back at it, the perception check would have been Assam's action. So you don't have a held action Assam, and you're still
Okay.
holding the rapier. But so you have to choose solution. Do you want to do the perception check or do you want to heal for potentially 5?
I will do the perception check because I know that it's this thing is hiding somewhere here, imitating something in this room, maybe another room.
Okay.
Crap.
You're not sure, but for a split second, it seemed like the shield Manus is holding was breathing.
Okay. As a free action, I because he's next to me, I can I hold my torch next to it or something like that? Is that an action or a free action?
Holding a torch near it is just a free action.
Okay, so I will just hold my torch next to it. I don't want to touch it or anything.
Looks like a shield.
Okay.
I look surprised and say, "What are you doing? Are you trying to set me afire?"
It looked like it moved. Are you sure this is your shield?
I am pretty sure I have not let go of the shield since we have fought the specters.
Maybe it was a reflection from the other room. Okay, I end my turn here.
Okay. Manus, your turn.
Okay. First thing, I look at Assam and at Lucian and I tell them to stop fucking around and just eat those berries already. I also, because I hear the mimic saying me, and by the way, initially I wanted to hit it with a warhammer, but now I just want to hit the table behind me with my shield. How do I roll that?
Straight attack roll.
Okay.
Why with your shield?
I'm going to roll the warhammer, but count it as me hitting, doing a shield bash, basically.
Wait, you're using the shield and not the warhammer.
Yes, I'm using the shield, not the warhammer, to hit the table right
Oh.
behind me.
Smart move.
Okay. Yeah, still hits. Roll a 1d4 plus your strength.
Plus my strength. Wait, I need to check that. Do you want the strength counter on the top, which is says 3, or the strength counter that says 16?
3.
Okay, so it's 1d6 plus 3, right?
Modifier.
Yes. Because this counts as like a melee attack. An unarmed attack.
A 1d4, not 1d6.
Yes, 1d4, not 1d6.
Sorry.
We can count it as 4 plus 3.
No, we're
Yes.
not. Okay, you manage to push the table on the side, and you hear a lot of like other things end up like something shatters as you do that. You hear something metallic landing on stonework. Seems to make a mess of the room.
After completely bashing the table with my shield, I look at Assam and say, "See, it's my shield, not a mimic." And then my turn.
I didn't say it was your shield.
Oh, sorry, not Assam, Lucian. I'm sorry, confusing characters here.
But is that your illusion?
And say, "See, it's my shield and not a mimic." And then my turn.
Benjamin.
I'm just going to hold a swing of the greatsword for when I next see the mimic.
Okay.
And that's it. Indigo.
Assam.
Is there anything left in this room not smashed by his mighty shield?
Beyond the chairs in the room, there's also the stuff that was on the table that like got scattered on the ground. There's also a iron candlestick right next to Lucian, and one like 5 feet away from Manis.
I'm poking the chair in front of me with a rapier.
Okay. No. Okay, roll that.
Now I do a 20.
You crit, man.
This rotted wooden chair just like gets broken in two by the quick swing of the rapier.
And then my turn.
Okay. Lucian.
Guys, obviously he might not be in this room, maybe in the next one. But I will eat the berries. Can I eat all of them with one action?
Yes.
So that's 5, right?
1 per berry, so 5 hit points, yes.
Okay. And as a free action, I will kick the metal thing behind me? Candelier, or what did you say it was?
It's like a candlestick type of thing.
Okay, candle holder thingy. I will just kick it to the ground.
As your boot touches the iron candlestick, you just topple it over.
Such a... Okay, it's on the ground now. I
Yes.
end my turn.
Okay. Manis.
Okay, I'm going to use my action to hold Warhammer attack of one-handed Warhammer attack against the mimic for
Okay.
when I see it, and I'm going to use my free action to light the iron chandelier or the candle holder next to me with the torch.
There is actually no more candles in that chandelier. They seem to have melted away a long time ago.
Ah.
You just see like the wax that has like decayed in.
Okay, did I kick it?
Okay, topples over.
No
Go
mimic
in
there
the
either.
room. Go in the room, I shout.
There's still a chair here.
And the stuff on the ground that was on the table.
Indeed. Enter.
Okay.
Benjen.
I'm going to do the same again and just hold. In case
Okay.
I'm ready to attack upon any side of the.
Kick something.
Vladar also ends up just like he shoots a crossbow bolt at the last remaining chair. Misses completely and almost hits Manes by accident. Almost like clipping his foot. But no.
Hey, watch out.
Sorry. That ends his turn. Assam.
I take out my short bow, put my rapier away, and I shoot a arrow to the chair.
Okay. You hit the chair. Kinda splinters the like one of the rods at the back's portion of the chair. Goes straight through. Doesn't seem to have an effect. Doesn't cause anything to be like or anything like that. Seems to be a chair.
Okay, I end my action then.
Okay. Lucian.
Okay, I move in this corridor here so that I can see parts of both rooms. Like,
Okay.
I can see the room ahead of us, right? And I
Yes.
do a perception check.
Go ahead. To clarify, are you doing the perception check on both rooms or just the one you're looking into right now?
Well, I'm kind of looking around both.
After Manis did his entire like shield bash thing on the table, what ended up like crashing on the floor seems to have been like something made out of clay because there's a lot of like clay shards around. Um, Seems to be something metallic, uh, of a very small size, almost like it's like uh, something that is held in one's palm near Benjen. In the room you're looking into, the one you moved to get a better look into, you can see what seems to be a pretty large framed bed that has like a mattress in it with some sheets and some pillows that you can see. There seems to be an open crate in the corner of the room as you're looking at it. Seems to be some form of a footlocker right next to the bed. hanging from the ceiling, pretty much in the middle of the room, there seems to be like a rope that's hanging down from a beam, but seems to have been like cut off.
Is the rope cut off or the beam?
The rope has been cut off, but the rope was hanging from a beam.
Um, just to help you picture it, imagine like if someone hanged himself on the beam with that rope, then someone else came and cut the rope.
Yeah, okay. So this is a crate
Yeah.
That
and
is
this is a locker.
This is a
Something.
locker. You can see like contours of like a wardrobe of sorts there. You can see like the top of like candlesticks there.
And this is the crate? Or
This is a crate with something
a
inside of
crate,
it,
yeah.
yeah.
I point with my free action, of course. I point the group toward the metal object near Benjen, and I end my turn here.
Okay. Manis.
I am going to keep holding that attack.
Okay.
So just to recap, on the floor next to us, there's broken pieces of table chairs, two topple down candle holders, a broken pottery, something out of clay, and a metal shiny thing next to Benjamin.
Of the size that could fit one's palm of that nature, yes.
Like a
Key,
coin
probably.
or a key.
Yes. That size area, yes. You could try to take a better perception check at it, but that would spend your turn.
Just pick it up.
That's the thing, is I'm thinking maybe consider the metal thing left, that's the only thing unbroken in the room, or it's in the other room. One of the two. And I'm not exactly certain how to proceed. And I say this out loud, talking to everyone in the room.
Can a
It's a
mimic
free.
get smaller size? Go to a smaller size, or it's bound to specific size rules?
I don't know.
I know.
Yeah, but you're not gonna tell us.
Isn't it a free action just to
It's a free action to touch
pick it
it,
up?
and sure, if whatever you're touching it with sticks to the object, like it's glue, there's a strong indication that you might have found the mimic. But that might not be a good thing.
He's tanky.
Touch it. Touch it.
Okay.
If someone's going to touch it, that's you, Manis. Come on.
I'm going to take a 5 feet step towards where the table was, and I'm going to touch it with my shield.
Okay. As you go touchy touchy, you hear the sound of metal hitting metal.
Okay. In that case, I am going to take the 5, 10, 15, 20 feet movement up here where I'm moving the torch. Oh, I moved my character. I don't know where that extra torch is. Oh, found it.
It's on me. I moved it to you.
Okay. And I'm going to end my turn here, still holding the attack.
Okay. Benjen, it will be your turn.
Take it. Touch it.
It has been touched by Manis at this point, and it didn't seem to have adhesive properties.
Is there anything else that looks suspicious in this room?
Not in the room you're standing in. Although that dog and that wizard and that rogue seems to be shifty looking fellows.
Okay, I look at the dog, and then I do this. I don't really. That's not my real guy. I'm going to move there, and I'm going to hold a greatsword attack upon the side of it.
Okay.
No one wants to take the key.
And that's what
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
laughing about.
It probably was on the table when Manny smashed it, and
It was potentially something that fell over. Radar is not very comfortable by being the person in the back.
Very surprising.
He's going to hold his action to shoot a crossbow bolt at the first threat he can see or notice. Like, yeah. Assam.
Should I get the key or whatever that is?
just take it, man.
I'm asking the others.
Keep in mind, if you're going to take it, you're going to lose the hold action because that's why I didn't pick it up.
When
I
it's your
don't
turn,
have.
when it's your turn, the hold action is gone. It only
Okay.
lasts for the round. So Manis, when it's your turn again, the hold action it's already gone.
Okay, I understand. So you need
For
to
you-
re-hold an action every single time your
Yes.
turn.
And for you, it's not that good because you're the last one in the initiative row, meaning that when it's Benjamin's turn, your whole held action is gone. If you understand what I mean. You
So
start a
there's no
new
point.
round.
Okay, so there's no point in me keeping the holding an action because by the time the turn reaches me again, I wouldn't have a hold action.
If I remember the rules correctly, then yes, that
Okay.
is true.
Oh,
I
didn't
might be
know.
remembering wrong. But that's how I think it does.
We can look it up after.
Okay, I go to where was that key? Around here.
Yeah.
I move there and I pick up the key.
Which is not an action, or is it an action?
No, it's a free
Isn't
action.
It's a
It's
free
a free
action.
action.
Make a perception check for me. You don't see a key?
Guys, the key is gone.
You see what seems to be a medallion made out of some form of metal.
Oh, okay. I pick up that medallion.
What's on the medallion? Or is it something
On
special?
closer inspection, it actually isn't like a medallion either. It's more of an amulet of sorts. You can see like the entire back part of it is metal, but the front part is of glass. As you're looking at the glass, you see what seems to be a lot of different types of clockwork gears, just like turning continuously under the glass pane. And you hear like a very faint whir and like click, 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 click. It is not a pocket watch. It has no indications of time whatsoever. Under the glass, it's just literally clockwork gears moving continuously in many different areas.
Okay, so it's like an amulet, you said. So it means I can wear it around my neck or something, right?
Potentially, yes.
I try to do that.
Are you sure?
Okay.
I almost died, so let's see how it goes.
Exactly.
You can always die
Nobody,
again.
none of you wanted to touch it or to take it.
Okay. Are you are, are you putting it on?
Yes,
What was your AC again?
14.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Okay, so how do I mark that I wear that thing that I don't know what it does?
Um, you don't know what it does, so you don't have anything to mark down, but you should probably write down in your inventory that you have an amulet of sorts.
I'm sorry, amulet with mechanical features or something.
Mechanical amulet. Is
Oh yeah,
something you could
exactly.
say.
Strange amulet mechanical. It's put there. I don't know the weight of it, but I'm assuming it's not very.
It's not very heavy, so let's say 0. I wouldn't say it weighs a kilo.
And if I still have an action, I'm gonna pet Lancelot.
I think that also counts as a free action.
Yeah, but he only has one free action.
Anyway,
Okay, so the key was not a key. Uh, Azam, you
what?
notices that your hand is sticking extra to Lancelot because he's so adorable. You just want to ruffle him a bit more. That ends Azam's turn. I believe I have missed out on the freaking initiative tracker. Oh, it's Lucian's turn.
Yes. Okay, I want to do a specific perception check on the drawer. What was it like?
Footlocker.
On the chest, footlocker in front of the bed.
From a distance,
Uh, well, is there any free space I can move? Like I can go here, I guess.
yes. Do you want to touch it or like get close to it or brush up to it, or do you just want to look at it?
I want to look at it from a safe distance, but close enough to inspect it, like to see it good.
Then it's a perception check. Seems to be a footlocker. Um, from what you can see, at least, it seems to be. Doesn't seem to be breathing or anything like that. It seems to be made out of wood. Seems to be completely still. Doesn't seem to be reacting to you, Manis, Benjen, at all.
Okay, as a free action, I'm gonna throw the torch at it. Just
You're
like, or poke it. I'm close enough, I guess.
okay.
I don't know what.
So you do that?
Yeah, I wanna
Yep.
poke it with the.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
Um, nothing happens to the chest. Um,
I want my action here. If
Yep.
nothing happens.
um, what happens is that the moment the torch hits the footlocker, the wall behind Manis crumbles, and the wall to the other side of the room crumbles. And from what you can see, there are two creatures that just like shambles out of these uh, inside the walls. One of them is just literally going to what's your dexterity, Lucian?
Um, uh, it's 14.
14?
14.
13. Okay. Never mind. Manis, there's something just behind you. You are very aware of that.
Perception is an action, right?
Yes, but
Okay.
you also can feel a very horrible stench. You've heard something crumble behind you, and you're now having to take a Constitution saving throw. You feel like, but you manage to like shrug off whatever this effect is. But you get the sense that something very vile is right in your proximity right now.
I turn around. I look at the creature.
It is fucking horrible.
With my shield in my left hand, I position it in such a way like, when you're taking aim, and you're using the shield in order to what's it called, to adjust your target, and then I smash my warhammer into its face.
Okay, you smash it.
15
That hits.
for 8.
Okay. As you do that, the first thing you notice is that whatever the hell this creature is, it seems to be wearing like a noose around its neck. That Do you have anything else you want to do on your turn?
Actually, I do. Just give me a second. I need to read up a bit.
What's a noose?
Hangman's noose. The rope. It's probably the thing that was suicided on the bean in the bed.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Didn't know the word.
Hangman's noose. Firstly, it's a 10 roll. Not an 8 damage. Yuan?
How? Oh yeah, you have
The
the
dueling.
plus 2 damage thing.
Yeah. Which I completely forgot, which means the previous attacks also had a +2, but we completely forgot.
It's your job to remember, not
Yeah.
mine. I have a shit ton of things to remember.
I wasn't complaining. I was just...
Manis, you can add it to your weapon swing.
How?
Like constant 2. I'll show you later.
Okay. I'm checking to see what abilities I can use here, if there's anything that I could use. Oh, that I need this priority die, which I don't have anymore. No, I'm okay. I'm going to end my turn here.
Okay. Benjamin, you are up. You see, I have just seen the walls of this room crumble, and suddenly two horrific creatures are shambling out of the walls.
I do nothing.
Your greatsword cleaves into the edge of that little notch into the wall, and it doesn't reach this creature. Rardar. Not sure if he can see. Oh, he can.
Does he actually? He was holding his attack, but he was specifically saying the mimic. Does this count as a surprise attack that he can use?
Not if he held it against the mimic, no.
Okay.
That's the thing. Phrasing comes back to bite you in the ass. He's going to shoot at the creature far to the left. Going to hit. Like notches into the arm. Actually, when thinking about it, Benjamin, could you also make a constitution check for me? Saving throw, by the way.
Is this for the wall crumbling on top of us, right?
No, it's for being. You don't know what it's for.
Oh, okay.
Benjamin, you are currently poisoned. Just so you know.
Great. Good news all around.
Everything is going according to plan.
This has been a fucking great session.
When is the combat going to end? Jesus.
When we kill the mimic, I can tell you that. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
For the record, what poison ends up doing to you, Pete, or Benjamin, is that you have disadvantage on all attacks and all ability checks. Just so you know.
Yay.
Yay!
If you think that
Even
six,
less hits.
if you think that 6 was bad, it's gonna get worse.
Natural 20 sign. You watch.
Assam, it is currently your turn.
Okay, I move near Benjamin or between Benjamin and Rar.
Okay.
Well, I try to move and not the light, but give me a sec.
I'll move the light.
And I'm gonna use my short bow, which I already have from shooting the chair,
Sure
to the
thing.
one that was hit by, yeah, that.
Yes, that was the one.
No
Radar.
one. Oh yeah, I rather hit it actually.
That hits. You do not get the sneak attack, but you do get the regular attack. Okay. Is there something else you want to do?
Yeah, I asked him, where's the mimic?
Okay.
And that,
You need to say, "Where's the mimic, motherfucker?"
First creature answers. And not much else than that. But will claw down on Manus. She's just like trying to rake over Manus with its claws. 21 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. You take 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
Next, make a Constitution saving throw.
Ouch.
I'm not worried. I'm worried.
Okay. For the next minute, you are paralyzed and unable to move. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each and every one of your turns. But that means you cannot attack.
Mm-hmm.
It also means that every attack against you will become a crit.
Mm-hmm.
If it hits.
I'm just gonna. It's incapacitated, can't move, can't speak, automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and any attack that hits you is a crit. So it's actually worse than what I said.
Totally fucked up.
Yeah, I'm basically dead for all intents and purposes.
On that note, the next creature is about to attack, and he is. You notice it's a she this time. Lucian, Benjamin, Azam would notice it's a. The creature turns to Azam. Mimic! There's no mimic! And she's just going to try to bite down at Manus. Fuck. 15?
No, it does not. Thank fuck for
13?
that. No, it's 9. I have 19 armor class.
You would have taken 26 damage if that landed.
Yeah, well, I have 9 HP left, or 8 HP left. I would have been dead anyway.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Not dead, unconscious.
Lucian, it would be your turn.
Okay. Shit. Holy shit. I don't have any spell slots, so I'm just going to throw the dead here. The one in front of me.
Which one?
The one in front. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Good news. It hits. Bad news. Necrotic doesn't really seem to hurt it a lot.
Okay.
Just like a, but that's it.
I run back into the room with my movement left.
Are you okay?
Yes, I just
Brave
don't feel safe.
solution. Okay. That would be Manus' turn. You cannot do anything, but you are allowed to spend your turn trying to save with the Constitution saving throw.
Finally.
You are not paralyzed anymore.
But can he use his turn now, or is it too late?
No.
Can he run away?
His entire turn is wasted, and at the end of his turn, he makes the saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that means that attacks do not have advantage against him. They do not crit him. So his chance of surviving just went up by like 4.
He still died.
Menace went from very fucked to probably
Probably
fucked.
fucked.
Now
Yeah.
for Pete. Benjamin, sorry. Oh, I should get better.
No,
So
actually, wait a second. Wait, before we go further, just give me half a second.
Okay.
Yeah, so do I lose the bonus action as well, or can I use a bonus action?
You lose free
Your
action,
turn.
bonus action, action, and movement. It
Ah, okay.
happens at the very last end of your turn.
But
Okay,
you still have reaction. Haha. Probably.
Think of it like crowd control, where you're taken away from a turn, or more, depending on how you fail.
No, I understand. I just wanted to check if I can use a bonus action.
No.
Makes sense. And my turn then.
You already had.
I'm just seeing Pete typing. Fuck, I need to get better at that. Benjamin.
I just want to see 2 natural 20s now in your face.
Oh shit, he's rolling at disadvantage. Oh yeah. I actually forgot about that shit. Wait.
Really good, Pierre, man.
I have good news for you though, Benjamin. Since you failed the saving throw the last time, you get the chance to save again on this turn.
What am I rolling this time?
Constitution.
Okay, here we go. Big.
You are still poisoned.
But he also rolls with disadvantage on the Constitution save, right?
Yes, because it also affects ability checks.
Saving throws, right?
I think it was ability checks. So no, it would actually not affect the saving throws.
Okay, I heard it. You said the saving throws as well.
Might be. Conditions isn't what I'm good at. It's ability checks. Saving throws was the paralyzation Manus had. Okay. It is the Rarler's turn.
Yeah.
Vardar is going to. He just has like one fucking like magical trick that he can do that would be amazing, but like, do we want to see Manis die and Pete die or not?
No.
Actually, it would take Azam as well. Um, I guess crossbow bolt to this thing then. Manages to hit the bed.
The pillows.
More like the feathery mattress. You can see like the puff of feathers coming up. He doesn't really do much. Ends his turn. Azam.
I asked the whatever ghoul it is, where's the mimic again, and I shoot the short bow at it again.
just, just. Okay, the short bow arrow does not hit. However, the bed, now immune to poison attacks, is not immune to projectiles being shot at it, and your uh, arrow just like notches into the bed frame.
And I say the next one is for you if you don't tell me where the mimic is.
That's a good question. Lucian, you can see that the arrows and the crossbow bolt is very firmly attached to the bed, almost as if they're stuck to it with some form of glue. Uh,
Ooh.
this creature is going. That's like here is going to swing at Menace. With
Present.
claws again.
Okay.
Sorry, I had trouble. 8 doesn't hit, does it?
It does not.
Fuck, next time I'm going to attack Pete. That ends that thing's turn. The one that Assam is trying to have a conversation with. Heavy mix doesn't matter, you're just going to be food. As it sees Lucian looking at it, it's going to. The female creature is going to jump over the bed and swipe at. Well, Benjamin, I guess. With the same type of raking claw attack. Did you have disadvantage on attacks against you?
You need to tell us.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you had a disadvantage on attack rolls and shit. Guessing an 11 doesn't hit you.
It shouldn't.
It doesn't know.
Oh, how can you have disadvantage on the AC of your class?
You can't have disadvantage on your AC, but you can have statuses that give advantage to whoever is attacking you.
Yes, advantage to attacks against the target.
Yeah.
But that is not what Benjen had. It's only Benjen's attacks that has this.
Okay. If I go here, can I see the creature?
I doubt it.
Okay.
You cannot.
I mean, is there any position where I can at least partially see the creature? Like
Yes.
from
Here, 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 and there.
I should be able to see it from here, right?
Yeah, but that is with a lot of. That's 3/4 cover.
It doesn't matter.
If it's a spell that doesn't have like a ranged attack, it's just a saving throw, no problems. Then yes, you
Yeah,
can see it, as long
yeah,
as you can see
exactly.
portions of it.
That's exactly what Sacred Flame does. And I'm gonna Sacred Flame the hell out of this creature.
Okay. It hugs the wardrobe, and you can see like the bed is now like poofing in radiant fire.
The bet is the mimic.
So, are we going to do anything else to the bed, or
There's still time.
I end my turn here.
okay,
Maybe Lancelot can
Manis?
bark at it.
It would be your turn.
Okay, so as I am again holding the creature still with my shield, pressing it against its chest, and smashing my warhammer into its face, I'm also looking back towards the other creature and ask here, so why exactly did you kill yourselves? $15?
Hits.
5 plus 2, 7.
Okay, that was to the one inside the wall there, right?
That would be the one inside the wall, yeah. The one I'm pinning inside the wall.
Good job on remembering the extra 2 damage. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, that would be it. Oh, actually, no, it is. That is. And I'm going to use my bonus action to consume my second wind. I'm going to link it right now.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Limited as well of stamina. You can draw to protect from harm. Once your turn, you can use a bonus action to regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus fighter level. So I'm going to roll a 1d10 plus 2. That would be right.
Yep. I also think your action surge recovers, by the way, on short rests.
It does.
You heal for 10 hit points.
Okay. I'm going to add. So I'm back at 18 HP.
Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I cannot. Oh, wait.
You can move, but that's not a
Tell
good
me.
idea.
No. I don't want to move. That's definitely not something I want to move. Tell me what is the status of the creature that I'm pinning to the wall?
As in conditions
As in
and
condition, yeah.
effects? Nothing.
No, okay, sorry, not not conditions as in that is if it's
But okay,
poisoned or paralyzed.
to say it like this, the fact that you're standing in its only exit square means it cannot go past you unless it pushes you away or grapples you and moves you away. It is stuck to that square since you're using your shield to block it in. Other than that, there is nothing else wrong with that thing.
I'm not talking about wrong. You know that when after you deal a number of attacks on a creature, there's some hint that you get from the dungeon master as to what's the health level of said creature, but not in HP matters, but in
Yes.
status of it. If it's badly injured,
Does it? Yeah. Does it
That's what
look
I mean.
damaged?
In 4th edition, any creature that had less than half its HP was considered bloodied and would potentially get extra abilities. That doesn't work anymore. What I can say though is that this thing, you see the dents in the face, and what was a very ugly face is now even uglier. But it's not struggling at the moment.
okay.
Of the two, the one you're pinning seems to be struggling the most.
Okay, in that case, I'm going
Uh,
to also use action surge to get another attack on it. Warhammer to the face to the one I'm pinning to the wall.
Okay.
God fucking damn irons.
You Warhammer the wall.
the bet.
Nah, it's a bit difficult when he's like standing the way he does. Um, is there any other immobile objects you want to molest? Or
No, I'm fine. I'm okay. That and my turn.
Benjen, your turn to fail.
Oh, that
Holy
was it.
shit! Just to clarify, which are you attacking here? Are you attacking the bed, or are you actually thinking of attacking something that's dangerous? Okay. Roll for damage. Damn.
Kill it, I yell. Kill her.
Benjen, you notices that thing sinks very deeply into the midsection of this creature. Uh, Looking a bit shaky after that swing. You are also not poisoned anymore. It's like you've saved up through extensive periods of suckage for one perfect turn.
Suckage.
I don't know what else to. All it took was like some holy slot spawn, and he's back in business. Um, do you have anything else you want to do, Benjamin?
No, that's it. Thanks.
Okay. Rardar. Shit. Now I actually realized what Lucian was doing.
Oh, what do you mean? You should be able to partially see it from there.
Nope. I can see it partially from there, though.
Well, you should be able to partially see it from here. So if you see, you clip it. Like you can see it, but like very faintly.
Actually, I think that. Yeah, you're right about that.
It's the same from above.
I'm going to say that's half cover, though. Which would be. That would be +2, I think. Yeah, according to the rules. +2 for half and +5 for 3/4. So, crossbow bolt.
Does it have any cantrips?
Annoyingly enough, his crossbow is better than his cantrips. So that's actually like a +2 to the armor class. Oh. Sinks into this like face of this horrible creature, like now being very pissed at Benja. Does not seem to be doing well at all. Azam, it would be your turn.
Okay. I'm using my shortbow because that's what I had equipped. And
Make sure
yes.
that you roll with disadvantage.
Wait. Did he have the shortbow?
Yes, shortbow and hand crossbow.
Okay. I mean, when did you swap those?
When he was next to Lancelot.
Yeah, he mentioned it. It was what he did when he was here, like an hour ago.
Yeah.
But you're
Okay.
in melee.
Oh, so it doesn't work.
It works. You just roll with disadvantage. You could drop the short bow, put up the rapier, and then like slash with a like regular swing.
I'm gonna drop
Didn't he?
Yes.
Didn't he drop the rapier?
No, he didn't.
Oh no! Actually, he did. He had never picked up the rapier.
Where did I drop it?
You dropped the rapier just the below Lancelot when you drew your short bow. You never picked up the rapier.
Oh, you're right. So I'm attacking with the short bow, as I said initially, and I need to pick up the rapier.
Don't you have anything else like a dagger?
I have a dagger, but it's 1d3.
Yeah, but 1d3
sorry.
still it's better than rolling with disadvantage.
You have sneak attack, so that's good.
Yeah, okay. I'm dropping the short bow as well, and and I'm using the dagger.
Technically, you also have a silvered short sword stuffed down your bag that you could extract.
Yes, but I don't know that. What's the stats for it? I didn't put it
That's a
in the
1d6.
equipment. I have no idea.
Only what?
1d6.
It's a 1d6, yes.
Okay, I can drop the short bow and pick up the silver one and do a 1d6 plus piercing, right?
It's +5, so just roll a 1d20 for me. Add 5.
1d20.
Yeah, that's the
1d20.
roll for the hit.
Roll the attack first to see if you hit with the short sword.
So it's a 20-sided dice plus 5 from your bonuses.
You roll 15 plus since you get a +5. That
Yeah.
hits. Roll a 1d6 and then add 3 to whatever you roll.
That being the damage.
Yes. So you do 9 damage to this creature, and you just like. Eh,
And the
Uh,
sneak attack.
That would be the 3 out of the 9.
Nah, he would actually get sneak attack as well, which is 1d6 on top
Ah,
of
okay.
that again.
So it's 12.
As you're going in to like stab at this creature, the female undead monstrosity just goes, I'll tell you everything! As you just like cut off the top portion of her skull. That ends
Too
its
late.
animation.
Okay.
So just to clarify, now I have equipped the short sword,
Yes.
right? And the short bow is down. And for the short sword, I need to roll 1d6 plus 3 and then add whatever comes after.
Yes.
So I'll put it in my weapon slots here, right? As well.
I don't do that yet. You'll just pick up weapons after this fight.
Oh, okay.
Do you do anything else?
I'll move. Can I pass Benjamin and move where the torch is?
Yeah.
Won't he get a sneak attack?
No.
Oh no. So he's
Instead.
gonna move. No, I mean from the other one. But
Nope. She would just count as like hugging the wall.
He
Yeah.
would go through Benjamin's back, like he would
yeah,
keep Benjamin.
diagonally. Yes.
No,
I
but I
push
mean he would
Benjamin
keep
out of the way.
Benjamin between the monster and himself, so the monster would have no access to him.
Yep.
And I say that wasn't a banana in my pocket.
As Benjen is pushed forward, the creature like takes a reaction bite at Benjen. As in, it's actually its turn, so it's just going to try to reaction bite Benjen. Oh god. Does 17 hit your armor class?
It does.
You take 16 damage.
What?
He takes 16 damage.
Holy fucking shit, that's a bit excessive.
But he was damaged from before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm dead. Ish.
That ends his turn. Lucian, you're up.
Come on, Lucian.
Okay.
Heal me up. Heal me up.
I don't have any more swords. So I move across to here. It's enough space. I think I have enough movement.
As you get in proximity with the chandelier down there.
Oh no.
Ah, there's the mimic.
I'm kidding. But I hope that teaches you a lesson.
Yeah, well, actually, no, I can stay on top of this monster here. And that's what I forgot that I can stay here, actually.
Anything you want to do from that position?
I'm gonna uh, Sacred Flame the creature.
Okay. Wow, didn't expect that. No, it misses. So
Jeez,
that
come
takes...
on.
No. I mean, like the saving throw misses. It hits,
Oh,
which
okay.
is why I was surprised. It's usually quite good at these things. That was 8 radiant damage.
Yes.
See this creature like. Menace.
Again, I keep pinning it with my shield into that box where it came from, and I hit it with my warhammer. I did something that I shouldn't have. Wait. Okay. And 13 to hit,
That hits.
and I yell for the glory of Sigmar. 6 plus 2, 8 damage.
Just put in your sheet as I said in the Discord.
You sent me something I didn't notice.
Yeah.
It shakily maintains its position, but it's still standing. Anything else you want to do?
No. That would be fine. That would end my turn. I don't have anything else to do, by the way.
You could take a step back so it gets free access to a paladin meal, and you get a shiny greatsword.
No.
Well, Benjen, I guess you have to roll your death save then. You save. That's one success. Rardar's just going to go, oh god! And he's going to... are you wearing a helm or not?
Don't
Me.
mind me.
I'm talking about Benjen, yeah.
No.
Okay, so he's going to grab onto your face, open your jaw, jam a berry down your gullet, and like forcibly close the jaw, and then just like slam onto your chest. You heal for 1 hit point. As you come into consciousness, as if you're waking up from a dream, you shout, well, I guess the text box says whatever it has to say.
I look at Benjen lying next to me and say, "You do realize this warhammer was also made to be used in a two-handed mode, right?"
Azam, as the two more combat-ish people in the party ends up arguing, it's your turn.
Did we heal Benjen?
Yes.
Just
The
ask.
10th and final berry was something Rardar had, because he gave 4 to Assam, 5 to you, and kept 1 for himself. So he used the berry and slammed one of them down Benjen's throat and healed him for 1 hit point.
Okay,
bringing
so
him
we
conscious.
did say, okay, yeah. See, he's conscious. Okay.
Okay, so I drop the sword and I use a hand crossbow that I have to attack the last remaining monster.
You mean you go pick it up from where Radar is?
No, I had short bow and I have a hand crossbow.
It's just littering the dungeon with weapons. He hasn't quite learned dungeoneering. You're going down in dungeons to find weapons, not leave them behind. Your crossbow bolt misses.
I leave a trail to know where I came from.
Take aim, Hansel and Gretel.
The mimic is very pleased with you dropping breadcrumbs. The creature is going to try to...
It's almost dead.
I'm just wondering if I'm going to try to go for max damage on Manus, or if I'm just going to try to paralyze him. I'm gonna go for the paralyze. An 8? What the?
No, 8 does not.
It doesn't hit. Fuck you. Okay. Lucian, can you be the one?
I would just Sacred Flame him again, even though he's so dexterous.
Yeah, he dodges that one actually.
He's a zombie, man. He was like hanged.
He has 17 dexterity.
What? This is zombie?
It's not a zombie.
It's not a zombie. Yeah.
Manus,
Okay.
it's your turn.
I again hit it with my warhammer.
everyone realizes that Warhammer is the shitty type of franchise.
Way to Sigmund, right?
Yeah, of course.
Anything else you want to fail at?
I don't have anything else to fail at.
Benjamin, you're lying on the ground. Your weapon is right next to your arm, and you're a bit like,
I can just get back up now, can't I? Without using a go.
You can spend half your movement to stand up.
Okay. And then I can just use a normal attack, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Auto attack.
With great conviction, you take the great sword and swing down at your most hated enemy in this room, the bed. Roll damage for me. Oh yeah, you cleave through that feathery madness. I just like old, like almost like decayed, rotted feathers are like poofing everywhere. It's raining stuff.
Hallelujah.
Arthur is going to like kind of like push back. That was you. Shit. Too many fucking tokens in this game.
While everyone is doing their thing, I'm going to whistle out and call Lancelot into the room.
It's high noon. That hits, and it kills this creature.
Yeah, actually, his crossbow is not that bad.
Yeah, it's very good actually. It does the same damage as any cantrip, pretty much.
Even more.
That seems to be the end of these two creatures. Manage, make a perception check for me.
1 second.
Since you've been very intimate with the one creature in front of you. You would have noticed this, as you've been having like this slow dance back and forth with this creature. It's a male. Probably was human at some point. This was the creature with the noose around its neck. You can also see that in the tattered clothing it has a letter in it.
I pick up the letter
Okay.
and I read it out loud.
Lucian, make a perception check to me. I actually don't know if Manus can read, but since he has read before, then you notice that the thing in front of you that's like a psalm took off part of her head has a key around her neck.
Okay,
Pretty ornate key. You take the key?
Yep.
Manus, make an intelligence check.
1 second.
Manus can read quite well. So in your player journals, you will see a new handle.
Oh,
Christ.
that backfired.
That backfired severely.
Oh.
Do you know how we know that Benjen isn't the most intelligent? You rolled an intelligence save instead of an intelligence roll.
Oh. I look at Benjen and pat him over the shoulder and say, "Don't worry, mate. I'm going to teach you how to read."
he knows his alphabet. Probably was part of his religious studies. But yeah, I shared the handout.
Okay, so we checked the body of the male. We checked the body of the female. We learned that the male was hanging by a noose on the bedpost, on the of the beam over the bed.
Yes, and you started reading out the letter. And I'm gonna say that that is the last thing we do this session, since
Um,
it's like almost 20 minutes past our regular time.
mhm. Will
So
we
we have
stop?
not.
Will we
What?
stop on a
But
short rest?
let's do the
I
tomorrow.
don't think so.
Okay.
But
Because
we are still in combat with
Oh yeah.
the.
yeah, I mean you can, I guess, lie down and rest here. But if that mimic is technically still in this room, uh, one of you are probably going to die as you're sleeping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes
But
sense.
can I pick up the weapons that I left behind and arrows?
We can say for the sake of it that you run and pick up weapons, but we don't do anything else in this room. So you have to do checks and investigate and everything, investigate stuff. But the last thing that happens in this episode is that Manis reads out the letter.
Mm-hmm.
That we,
Okay,
So
so that's it then.
that's it for tonight.
yeah, but still read your letter. I mean,
Everyone has access to it.
Yeah, I've read it.
It's in Appendix B handouts. Last words of Gustav Dirt.
so these were the Durst father and mother, who apparently were sleeping in the dungeon, not upstairs.
Benjamin doesn't know because he's currently at my beam.
Well, no, he does know because we only have one letter that I picked up and read out loud. So
Oh yeah, that's true. I'll be honest. This session did not go as expected at all. I was actually expecting us to get through this dungeon and also have something else. Since all of you are battered and pretty much broken at this point, I encourage you all to consider sleeping somewhere in this estate after you've checked this room.
That's what we are going to do for sure.
But yeah,
We need our strength back.
basically, I'm pretty much useless right now. Like every single extra ability and superiority die and action and everything I could have done, I've used. So I need at least a
Same
short
for
rest to reset.
all of us. Same for all of us.
I don't think.
Question.
Long rest, man. Please. I need my
Yes.
strength
My
back.
my temporary hit points are reset because of this battle, or it's reset only after the mimic dies?
It will not reset until you take a rest.
It will not reset until at least this combat session is over, which is with the mimic, which is still somewhere.
I actually think
Okay.
temporary hit points last until a rest,
Oh, really? That would be cool.
or they are refreshed. Yeah, because there are abilities where you can like read speeches and stuff to give everyone hit points before a battle.
Ah, okay.
So it should be until you get the rest.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, they last until you deplete it or you finish a long rest. That means that I still have my
Yes.
temporary hit points from earlier that Benjamin gave me. Can I add them?
Cannot give you.
Sorry. Manis.
No,
Manis.
we had a rest before entering this
But
session.
a short rest. They
Yeah.
deplete on a long rest. I just googled it.
But you did take damage from the creatures in the statue room, though.
Yes.
So
Statue.
you would have to. with the
It's
wooden
accurate.
statue and the shadowy apparitions that were draining your strength?
The ghosts.
Yeah, but I would not be. I was 16 at that point. I would have. I failed to 6. I took 10, and then I healed for 5. And I had the shield. I believe my shield was 6 or 5. So
Yes.
is
Just
it okay
saying
if I
that.
just put it at 16? Like
How many hit points did you have before the session?
16.
Okay, and how much did you have in shield?
I think 5 or 6.
I think you took more than 5 or 6 damage though.
Yes,
Didn't you?
but I would end up at 16 now if I had the shields. I mean, can I
Okay,
just add it like it was there?
I'll say it. I'll trust you. Just put your total health at 16, and be mindful of it next time. I think because this session is probably going to end with a long rest in the beginning of the next session.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying that mathematically I would be at 16 now if I had the shield, so it's fine. It's not like a game breaking thing.
Yeah, no problem for me. Um, yeah.
I'm gonna jump off them, boys. I need my bed.
Uh, just saying. Next Sunday, okay for everyone?
Yep.
Yeah, I might be late, but I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's fine.
Okay, then we're going for next Sunday. Manis, is that 2030 or 21?